Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Took so long. Let's just wait a bit so that just a minute more. 8:05, we'll start the class. We'll start with revision. So while we wait, if you are not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, now would be a good time. Now is a good time to subscribe. So let me show you how you can easily subscribe. Once you go to YouTube, you can see, I'm sure. Okay, let me share my screen now. Yeah, so I'm currently sharing my screen while we are waiting for others to join the class. Just quickly go to your YouTube and search at B.O.F network. Look at it there. At B.O.F network. Just search that. All right. And the first thing that comes up is our page, our YouTube channel. So just click subscribe quickly while we wait for the others. Click subscribe. Here's it. The button is here. Subscribe. So for me, I'm already subscribed. Just click on subscribe. You can also then go ahead and click on all so that any notification, whenever we post on our channel, you get it or you don't miss it. You don't miss out. So quickly, just do that while we wait for the others to join. Hypo with me.
Yes, sir. We are with you, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So if you have not subscribed, just quickly subscribe while we wait for the others. So it's been about 5 minutes. So let's kick off straight up. Let me just make an announcement on the group first. I see why. I see why they've not joined. I forgot to drop the link on the class group. I sent it on the general group though. So how many of you created tryhackme account yesterday? I asked you guys to create tryhackme account. If you created, let me see your hand. Okay. I'm seeing one hand up, just one hand. Okay. Yeah, people are raising their hands now. We'll start 8:10. So those of you that just joined the class, I said, if you know you created your accounts yesterday, I should have made that an assignment. Thinking about it now, I should have made that an assignment. Probably I will make that. No. Oh, I really should have made that the assignment yesterday.
But sir, what about those of us that were not in the class yesterday?
Yes, we'll start with revision now. We'll kick off with revision. Okay, so yesterday I started by saying that I noticed that a lot of us on the platform, on the general, Goswi, turn off your mic. I noticed that a lot of us on the platform, Goswi, but turn off your mic. All right, so I noticed that a lot of us yesterday, yesterday I addressed the fact that I noticed that a lot of us are on several groups, okay? We're learning several tech skills at the same time. And while your ability to juggle multiple things at the same time is commendable, I do not recommend that you do so many things at once, because learning a tech skill is almost as tasking as taking a course in university, right? So I asked yesterday that if you go to a university and then you see someone and you ask him, which course are you doing? And he tells you that, oh, I'm studying nursing, but I'm also studying engineering, I'm also studying computer science, and I'm also studying law. What will you think of that person? Right? And you guys told me that people will think that the person will not make it, the person is going to fail, and we all agree to that, yes, definitely the person would struggle and struggle unnecessarily, right? And at the end of it, the person will not really be good in any of them, to the point where you can say, if not this particular matter, leave am for this guy. You understand? If it's this thing, we know this person is good in this thing. Any aspect of it, call him. He will get it done for you. Right? So I then said that I went on to recommend studying at least, like if you want to study, do one thing, just study one, but go very deep into that one. All right? Pick up one skill, maybe data analysis, go very deep. However, you can learn two. For instance, we are teaching Python, right? We're teaching Python on our platform, and we're also teaching data analysis. And I said, Python complements data analysis. If you learn Python, it will help you if you're a data analyst. So you can do those two. Python complements cybersecurity. If you learn Python, it will help you in cybersecurity. It will help you as a hacker. So I said, you can take two if they are complementary. If they complement each other, it's not a bad idea to do two things at the same time. But I will not recommend you take more than two. And that does not mean that people cannot do more than two. I know somebody personally, is one of your tutors, that does probably all of them. He's good in everything. Anything tech you can think of is good in it except cybersecurity. Right? He's good in all of them except cybersecurity. And I will not tell you who he is. I wanted to call his name, but I'll leave you guys to guess which of them. All right. But he's exceptional. He's not the rule. He's the exception. So if you feel like you are that good, you can do it. But I'm in my 7-8 years of experience in tech. It's common to find that people that are just starting tech want to do so many things. All right. Somebody is guessing Victor. It's not Victor. So it's common to find people that are just starting want to learn so many skills, and when they begin down that path, they are usually unable to do it. I was once like that. Me myself, I wanted to do all of them. I started learning project management. I started learning what's the word? I started learning cybersecurity, web development, which, well, there's front end course, there's the back end course. I started learning the two. I started learning UI UX. At the same time, at this point, I was already known for graphics design. They already knew me for that one. I think I had already gotten. Okay, no, I hadn't gotten my first international gig then, but I had gotten my first job working with a company. It was my first job working with a company. I had gotten it at that time. I think I was 18 at the time, 18 years old. Right, but when I wanted to make that shift, my mentor in tech, then when I met him, he told me the same thing that I'm telling you guys now. He told me you'll not be able to carry everything. Do one. But I said no, I'll do everything. So I did gra. After some time, I saw that it was not possible. I had to now narrow down and choose cybersecurity, which brings me to my second point, which I said yesterday, that if you find out that if you say, okay, the only reason why I'm learning all the multiple tracks is because I want to know which one is best for me, which one I prefer, then that's a different case. All right, you can do that just to test the waters. Once you are sure of the one of your interest, the one that piques your interest, then drop the others and do that one, or you'll be wasting your time. All right, part of your advantages of having me as your tutor, like I said, I'm the project lead for the Body Mutual Foundation. So part of the advantage you get as having me as a tutor is I will let you in on some secrets that the other instructors might not tell you, because I've spent more time, I have more experience than them in the tech space. All right. So you find my words very valuable. If you hack into them, they would really help you. All right. So as for the cyber, okay, let's any questions on that before we move on to the cybersecurity revision? Any questions so far?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir. No,
Hello.
sir.
Yeah. So I have a question. Sorry.
All right.
Can I? Okay. So, my experience in the tech space has shown that though you may learn one thing, if you look at job board, if you see the listing, the requirement, for instance, you are a backend engineer, they'll be asking you cybersecurity questions. They'll be asking you DevOps. They ask you everything, cloud. You will do AWS, you will do DevOps, you do. So the job board don't show say you need to know one thing. It shows that you need to know a lot of things. Though one is where you are an authority, like you told us yesterday, but you should know a lot of things so that you can survive, or so that you can have an edge over the next person that just know just one. What about that, sir?
That's a very good point you have made. Right. The rest of it, I have questions. Also, let's address what Mr. Randolph just said. He made a very good point. All right. Now, when I just started off learning cybersecurity, what I did was that I went to LinkedIn, right? And I went to go and check what is the current requirements in the marketplace. What are they asking for? What do they expect a cybersecurity analyst to have? It is, and then I will go through several jobs and write down the recurring points. So if I go to the first job and I see, okay, they expect you to know how to use a SIM tool, for instance, right? I would write that. I don't write it down immediately. I'll just take note of everything that's in the first one. When I go to the second job, if I see, oh, they also asked for a SIM tool, let's say Splunk, they expect you to be able to use Splunk, or they expect you to be able to use Bob Suite, I would write it down. Right? I'll write it down. Anyone that repeats itself, I would write it down, because it means that those is like common factors in mathematics. So by the time I go through 10 jobs, I have a pretty solid idea of what they are looking for in the marketplace. All right. So I then would go and study. Then by the time I study, after some time, let's say I've studied for 3 months, I'll go back to the market and go and check. The things I got the last time, are they still relevant? has it changed? Has there been an update? Is there anything new that I need to add to the things I want that I need to know? All right. So by the time I go back, let's assume they've added one thing or they've not added anything, then I will just continue my study, or I will know, okay, by the time I'm done with my study, I need to learn this other thing as well. Do you understand? So I was still streamlined, but I was hitting the nail on the head. Okay. But if you just on your own say, I need to know many things, and then you start learning many things, you'll be learning things that you don't need. I assure you of that. You will learn things that you don't need. So you need to learn only the things. Jordan Peterson said you should study for your immediate benefit. No knowledge is a waste, true, but it can be a waste to you now. All right. So if it's something that you need now, then you pick it up. Otherwise, there's no need picking it up at the moment where you do not need it. So he made a very solid point, and that should help guide the rest of you. That if you want, for instance, in the web space, reading websites, all right, software engineering is very competitive. That's the truth. Software engineering dates back far back now. At first, it was graphic design that came outside. When to do graphic design, I mean, the pay you would get for one single job was very high. No, I'm talking flyers, I'm talking branding. That was when we used to charge. I mean, like you're just breaking into the market, so you can charge 100K for branding, 250,000 for branding, and you were just breaking in. I mean, you're a beginner that just finally broke into the market. You can charge at that amount, right? After some years, it was web dev that came on board. When web dev came on board, you could charge websites 500K, and because of that, the value of graphics then came down. The value of graphics then came down, and by the time web dev was charging 500K, I had a lot of friends around that started web dev. When they started web dev, they were doing very well. I mean, if you see them, you think they are Yahoo boys. They were eating well. They would take 2-bedroom apartments, all of all those things. You understand? When the things started playing like that, so many people then ran into web dev, and because of that, it became saturated, so that they were not just saturated, but saturated with half-baked people. We had so many people that they were just good enough, just average, mediocre, not excellent at all. There was nothing about excellence. You can't you can't speak of excellence when you're talking about them. But there were so many. Do you understand? So because of that, the value then also began to go down. And one thing that happens in the tech space that you all need to be aware of is that the tech space moves extremely fast. The tech space is one of the fastest moving industries. And the implication of that is that if you learn a skill and you don't stay up to date, a point will come where you become irrelevant. Not just that, up to date might, after some time, usually means you will start to do the work of another job role entirely. They will begin to take some of the job requirements from there and then merge it to yours. So at that time, for instance, when web dev just started getting saturated, the work they were adding to web dev was graphic design. They would expect the web developer to be able to do graphics. And at that time, I was in Edo State. The person who taught me graphics design, the job was paying him about 180K there about monthly. He was working with a company, 180,000 as web developer that could also do graphic design. So it was terrible. You know, that was when the tech had begun to lose its glory. Tech was no more the tech that we used to know. And the only reason that was because new courses had come on board. New courses like DevOps. That was when DevOps came. Right? DevOps didn't stay too long before cybersecurity came out, then DevSecOps came out. You know, so if you've been around for some time in the tech space, you know what I'm talking about. Right? So yes, it's good to learn, but make sure you learn the one that is relevant first before you pick up any other thing. All right? And you can use the templates that I just gave so that you learn what is job relevant at the time. You don't go just learning up and down and wasting. Is it not money you're looking for? Is it knowledge you're looking for? I don't know, because I know many tech bros are like that. They start off looking for money, They come to tech because they want to make money, right? And I'm not saying you should be too desperate for money, because that will also hinder you from learning. But I'm saying that many times they get lost in the process of, I want to gather so much knowledge, so much. They want to be the most knowledgeable person, and because of that, tech is moving very fast. Before you gather all the knowledge, you have become irrelevant already. And before you look, somebody who did not even do as much will be making a whole lot more money than you, and you'll be wondering, it's not the same tech we are doing, right? So it's to prevent that. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. It's very painful. I assure you, it's very painful. You don't want to experience it. All right. So, Michael, you have a question. Michael Idam. AK Chino, so you have a question.
Yes, I do. Good evening, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not like a question. It's just that I am new into the group today, and I know the
Okay.
lesson did not start today. So I was like hoping that I'll be drawn back to how it started. Okay, now I'm new to data analyst. I just want to venture it from a HR person. I'm an HR person. So I just want to venture into data analyst, right? So I think I'll be needing
You want to enter into
from the
data analysis?
scratch. Yes,
Okay, this is not data analysis class, so this
yeah,
is cybersecurity.
yes, cybersecurity thereabouts, sorry. So it's something I want to do on the side also, right?
That is, you want to do data analysis and you want to do cybersecurity.
No, I want to do cybersecurity. No, the data I joined, I've already started following you on YouTube already. I've subscribed to YouTube already. So the
Okay.
cybersecurity is something I want to also know more about.
Okay. So based on, since you're already into HR, which has to do with people, it will be better you do data analysis or data science than cybersecurity. But if you say cybersecurity is your passion, there's nothing stopping you. All right, go for it.
Oh, okay. Is the data analysis a different class?
Yes, data analysis is a different class. This is purely cybersecurity. Data analysis is okay. Since you wanted to join this data analysis class, is it going on right now? I think it was scheduled for 8 as
I
well.
I don't know. I just joined with the meeting link they put on the group.
Data analysis class has ended,
Okay, it has ended.
and there are projects
Oh, okay.
right now.
Okay. So, AK Chino, so do you have my
Yeah.
number?
Yes, I think you chatted me.
Okay, so
So
just
you put a group which I followed.
all right, just send me a message. Right? After the class, I will link you up with the data analysis teacher. So, NC Wisdom, you have a question.
Okay.
Yes, good evening, all. Good evening, instructor.
Good evening.
I have a question to ask. Okay, my question is that, just like what you said, in tech, you need any way that, like, how can somebody to be able to get the information, like when there's updates, when the trend, the current trend, to be able to follow up and be at least the first set of people that will get the information when it's available.
Okay, how can someone be abreast with the knowledge that's in the industry as
Yes,
change is going on, because the change happens very fast? That's the question he's asking. Yesterday,
yes,
I took my
yes,
time to stress the importance of people. I remember I told you guys that people is very, see, as long as you are into tech, anything tech, whether cybersecurity, whatever it is you are doing, you need people, right? And that is exactly the answer right now. Okay, that is how you know what is relevant and what is not relevant. For instance, I've been into cybersecurity for quite some time, and I was learning while I was learning cybersecurity. I was like, okay, once I finish learning Web 2 security, I'll start Web 3 security. Then I met with somebody from Abuja. He reached out to me for a job. He reached out for me. He reached out to me to do a job for him. He's into cybersecurity. I say he wanted us to work together on the project, and I began to ask him one or two questions like, okay, so tell me, how is the journey in Abuja? How is the cybersecurity journey in Abuja? Right? And he began to tell me that, Omo, had he known, he would have just done Web3 cyber Web3 security the moment he knew of it. Why? Because he has been in cybersecurity now for over 5 years. Right? He's well to do. I mean, he's doing well for himself. He has a car, the young man, and I mean, he's in Abuja, right? So he's trying, but he said people that he knows there in Abuja that they were new into tech and they were like, what would they learn now? What would they learn? They've been hearing of Web3. Let them go and do Web3 security. They started Web3 security, and within the space of 6 months, some of them made 100 million naira from Web3 security. And currently, Web3 security is the highest paying field in tech. Currently, right? And generally, Web3 pays higher than Web2. Generally, in anything, even in web dev, right? So he began to regret it. Like, then I was like, okay, how how does that work? Or how does that work? Because I know there's more. I mean, I know of the money in Web. I know there's money in Web3, but that a newbie just got in and made 100 million. That is something now. Those of us that have been around, we didn't even know. Me that's in Port Harcourt, I didn't even know. I was busy struggling Web2. If immediately Web3 came out, I switched. By now, I don't think I'll be here. I would have done so many more things. Do you get? So people, the answer is people. Join tech groups. You need to be in tech. I mentioned it yesterday. You need to be in tech groups, tech communities. Yes, tech communities. People should know that you are a techie. Post the tech stuff. Let people know what you do. People should know what you do. When they know what to do, meet with other tech groups, talk with other tech groups, people that are outside your state, right? And as information is moving and moving very fast, as long as you are where the information is moving, you will get it. But if you say, I'm an introvert, I don't like to socialize, I want to just be on my own, whatever, man, it means you have time to waste too. Who else has a question?
Okay. Secondly, like knowing, if you're able to have a knowledge of developing like the apps, decentralized applications, and would that still have like, can that still give you edge to be a cybersecurity
developing apps?
Yeah, web developing like apps, decentralized applications and all that. Can you combine it? Can one combine it?
Yeah. If I know people that are into web dev. I know someone that is into web dev in Lagos, right? That is also into cybersecurity. But he has a company and he's majorly into web dev, but his unique selling point is that he builds secure websites for people. Right? I know web developers that they've hacked their database, they've taken their data, all those kind of things. And it's not really a good look to your customers. So it depends on how you package yourself. But like I said, do one first and be good with that one. Who else has questions?
Okay.
I have a question.
All right. Go ahead with your question.
And I'm about to enter university now.
Okay.
So now, is it possible, like with your experience, is it possible now in university I'm going to take software engineering? Can I still concentrate on my cybersecurity aspect
Of
properly?
course. Yes.
Without any breakdown?
Most techies are students. Or were doing tech while they were students. Most. Well, I know people that are reading medicine medicine and surgery, and their techies, their web dev. I know one that is into app dev. He's big here in Port Harcourt. He's big in Port Harcourt, app dev, and he's a medical student. I know in computer science, University of Port Harcourt, there's a boy there, is very popular, 200 level. He gained his fame in 100 level when he made his first money from Web3. That was about 3.5 million. So it's very, very, very much possible. Your tutors are first class students now doing tech. Your tutors in B.O.F. Your tutors here in B.O.F are first class students. All right. So it's
Wow.
very much possible.
Yeah.
So let's move to the order of the day, right? What brought us? Yesterday we
We are here,
started.
man.
Okay, oh yeah, quickly, be fast.
Okay, so is it okay when we talk of cybersecurity and we're talking of penetration testing? Can that kind of thing work in Nigeria also?
Yes, of course. In Lagos, in Abuja. The
Okay,
reason why I tell Lagos and Abuja is because we'll cover it in the class though, but most of the companies and most of the banks, they already work with a cybersecurity firm. So it's hard that you'll be able to bypass them without and what it's hard that you're going to be able to work with these banks or these companies without going through those firms. Right. And those firms
okay,
are
because they already
situated.
have someone.
Yes. And those firms are situated in most of them are in Lagos. Right. But a few companies in
Okay,
Abuja need that. I know there's one other state that also has skipping me now. Anyways, so let's move on to the order of the day, all right? Yesterday we started cybersecurity, then we talked about what is cybersecurity. Who can tell us what is cybersecurity? NC Wisdom.
Okay, sorry, I want to ask a different question. I was trying to create an account on that
Tryhackme.
tryhackme,
Okay.
but I got to a point that they are asking what is your current occupation, and so the first one said I work in the cybersecurity. The second one said I work in a different IT area. The third one said I am a student in cricket, and the other one said I have another career. So, like I was kind of debate which one am I supposed to choose then?
Doesn't really matter. You can take anyone just to move on. Once you get to the end of as far as you get to the end of the registration, doesn't really matter. So who can tell us what is cybersecurity? Yeah.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Okay.
Hi, sir. Yeah, cybersecurity means securing data, system, people, and network.
Very good. You're in the class yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Abdul Aziz. I
Yes, sir.
like that name. All right. So he says cybersecurity
Thank
is
you.
all about securing data, systems, people, and network.
I'm not hearing anything. Read your messages. We have network issue. It's coming.
Please, I cannot hear anything. Please, I can't hear anything. Like, I don't know what you are doing.
Please, where can we locate our messages?
Relax, it will soon join. It's a network issue, light issue.
So can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, sir.
All right.
Okay.
Classes is twice a week. All right. So we have the first class yesterday. Today is the second class. All right. So Emerald, your hand is raised up. What do you want to say? Anyways, let's make progress. So I said that cybersecurity is fourfold. It protects data systems, people, and networks. All right. It's not just computers we protect, we also protect people. And some of you might not know, but your idea of ethical hacking is that you sit behind a computer and you try to break into a company's infrastructure, digital infrastructure. And if you are successful, then you make your report, you get paid. If you're not successful, of course, you also make your report and you get paid. Right? However, ethical hacking also includes physical attacks on the company. Okay, it's you could, for instance, Google has a team. I will send you guys a series. I know I promised it that I would send a lot of things yesterday, and I haven't sent most of them, but I will send them. I will send you guys a series by Google, or let me just show you. Let me just show you on YouTube. Right, it's a Google series for cybersecurity. It's called Hacking Google. So when Google was testing, this is it. I'll drop the link on our group now. So when Google was testing their security, they had one of the things they did was the red team. Okay. Some of you that are new will not know what a red team is. So let's just go over the revision, then I will tell the story. Okay. So we talked about types of hackers yesterday after we defined cybersecurity. And someone said there are 4 types of hackers. That we have white hats, gray hats, black hats, and red hats. Is it correct?
No,
No, it's not.
It's not
No,
correct. So who can
no,
correct us?
Just three, sir.
Just
just
3.
three
What are
White,
the,
hackers.
white,
what are the
black, and
3?
gray.
White, black, and gray. Okay, so who can explain the 3? One person should explain white hat first, then another person will explain gray hat, another person will explain black hat.
The gray hat, the white hat hacker is an hacker that uses it for something useful.
Black
The,
is
the
someone
white
that
hat, Is
I
what?
said a white hat hacker is an hacker that uses it for something beneficial.
Okay, something good. He uses it for something good. All right, white hat. And when we said white hat, we said hat is HAT, hat that you wear on your head, right?
Yes.
But you can just think of it as someone's hat, HEART, the hat here. You can think of it as a hat. So when we say white hat, the person is someone that uses his cybersecurity skills. He uses his cybersecurity skills for good. All right. So who can explain black hat?
Yeah, black hat hackers discover loopholes in systems and try to exploit that for their own personal benefit.
Exactly. So black hat, when they notice a flaw in a system, they want to use it for their personal gain. They're not going to help the company. They're not trying to help the company. And it might be because who knows, they could be working, maybe they were working for the company before and then they got fired. I say, okay, fine, I'll do them back. All right. That could be why. It could be because they feel like the money the company would give them is not as much as the money that the company will give them is not as much as the money they would make if they exploited it for personal gain, right? So that's black hat. You can tell us gray hat.
Grey hats hackers are those that look for the loopholes or vulnerability of a system and submit a report to obtain permission, and he can be paid for that submission.
Not quite. Not quite.
Grey hat hacker, they hack without permission, but
Okay.
what they want to do with the information is depending on their gain.
Yes, exactly. So they hack it. Gray hats, they will hack without permission. They won't take permission first before they start hacking, which is illegal. That's illegal. All right. However, they go ahead to do it. Then after they've hacked or they've broken in, they observe and say, okay, based on which will be more beneficial for me? Will it be more beneficial for me to use it for my personal purpose? If if yes, they'll use it for their personal purpose. But maybe they feel like the risk of prison is too high, or the money for personal purpose will not be as much as the money the company would give them. Then they will use it for good, right? So that's the gray hat. So that is the types of when we talk about types of hackers, we're talking about individual hackers, right? Then, but yesterday I mentioned that if you're working, it's better for you to work as an individual than working as a team in cybersecurity. True or false?
False.
False.
So what did I say?
False.
What did I say?
Say it's good to work in groups.
Why?
Like this
Who can tell
guy
us why?
is telling me by working in groups.
Because they don't, because if an armed robber is going to rob, it goes in group. If it goes alone, the risk of getting caught is higher.
Okay. So I said armed robbers go work in groups and police work in groups, right? Bad hackers online are like armed robbers. They are online armed robbers, more or less. And they work in groups. So you that is the online police, is better you also work in groups. All right. I don't want to go into too much theory. That's the reason why I'm just making it very simplified like that. But as we go further, maybe I would definitely hint on some terminologies and the hierarchy in the I will hint on the hierarchy in the cybersecurity space if you are working in the office. Okay, but that's what you just need to know. So if you're working in groups, there's three types of groups. Who can tell us the three types of groups?
The red team, blue team, and the purple team.
Yes, the red team, the blue team, and the purple team. So who can explain it?
Yeah. Red team are the attackers, then blue team are the defenders, then purple team they bridge the distance between attackers and defenders.
Okay, so red team are the attackers, blue team are the defender. But what do you mean by the purple team bridge the distance? What does that mean? I don't understand.
It's like they're in between the attacker and the defender. Maybe I think and
Who can
they are in
explain
between.
purple team?
Okay, I think
Yeah,
purple
so
team,
I'll
like
say they work with the both teams. They collaborate with the both teams. Yeah.
How?
Okay. When it comes to collaboration, they ask, like, how do I put it? Which is, they set up a panel and get information from the the defenders and the attackers. Look at how to form a bridge between the two, sort of.
Why?
For the common gain of the company, and to ensure that the company's infrastructure and security is intact. No,
Well,
yeah.
You did well, but you've not quite hit the nail on the head where I want it. Who else can give it a shot?
So please, I have a question. The
Okay.
thing, the
Someone has a
thing
question.
the thing,
All of a
where
sudden,
the
the entire world.
is it THEME or TEAM? Is it team as in team or theme?
It's team now. We mentioned that arm robbers work in teams. Is it THEAM? Is teams now? Team, like they go together, right? TEAM is what I'm talking about. All right. So yeah, someone wanted to explain, give it a shot. Purple team.
Yeah, so the purple team, they both function as the attackers and defenders.
Exactly. I think that's the best definition so far. So purple teams act as attackers and defenders, actually, in that they are composed of the red and the blue teams, right? So the red teams in the purple teams, the red team would attack the blue team, or yeah, the red teams will attack the blue team will try and defend, and at the end of it, they'll go over it as to, okay, where did we get it wrong? What can we do to be better? All right. So they are both attacking and defending. That's the purple team. And the reason why they are separated is because some companies do not have purple teams. Will have only some companies have just blue teams, some have just red, some have blue and red. All right. So that's that. So while we're talking, I was dropping the links for the Hacking Google series. So at the end of the class, I would advise you to watch the series. It's very interesting. All right. So after we did that, then I took you guys to tryhackme. So let me take you guys there now. Let me share my screen. So yesterday I said that all of you should go and sign up on tryhackme. All right. So this is it. Tryhackme. Just search tryhackme on your browser. I hope people are with your laptops now, because yesterday people said not bring your laptop. This is tryhackme. If you're on your laptop now, search tryhackme. And sign up on the website. So let me guide you people through the signing up. How many of you have signed up? Tryhackme, look at this. Okay, it's
I'm
loading. Look
doing
at
it
this.
now.
Okay, look at the spelling here. Look at it here. Tryhackme.com. Tryhackme.com. All right. So this is my account, but let me guide you people through this signing up. So let me use another account. Let me use another account. So yesterday we talked about Kali Linux. We talked about how that the main there are different types of operating system. There's Windows, which is one I know most of you are using, because 70% of 70% of users, computer users, actually use Windows. Yeah, about 70%. Then a smaller percentage of that, about 20 something percent, use Mac, which is Apple, Apple laptops. Then a few others use the remaining operating system. But there are a lot of operating systems. We have Kali Linux, which is the main one for hacking. We have.
But are we going to need Linux as a operating system on our system, or we have another system that has Linux?
So yeah, I was. Yeah,
is it
yeah,
possible
yeah.
to have Linux and Windows on the same laptop?
Yeah, it's possible to have Linux and Windows on the same laptop. And yesterday I mentioned that that's what we're supposed to actually do, but because of the size, okay, because of the size of Kali Linux, 3 gig, I know many of you may not be able to download it because of data, not even because of your laptop size now. Say 3 gig, if I ask you to go and download 3 gig is a lot, right? So probably in our master class, which will come after this cohort for cybersecurity, we would use normal Kali Linux. That one, if you are coming for the master class, you must use Kali Linux. You have to go and install. I don't care how you find. I don't care what you do to. However you find it, you're just gonna get your 3 gig and download Kali Linux. Then download the VMware as well. VMware is an application, is a virtualization tool actually. But just think of it as an application that allows you to run another operating system in your operating system, right? Okay. So that system can run on one. Even if you have 2, 3, 4, 5, you can run more than 2 operating systems on one system if you download that application. Okay. So we also download that to use. But for now, because I don't want it to be too heavy on your laptops, we are going to be using tryhackme. Okay. So if you search tryhackme, this platform you are seeing here, this tryhackme already has the different operating systems installed. Okay, so those of you that already have Kali Linux, if you want to follow along on your Kali, it's fine. But I advised you yesterday that you follow us on Kali on tryhackme, because on tryhackme, the rooms have been set up in such a way that except you're a pro, is gonna really tryhackme is a website. Except you're a pro, you're gonna really find it tough to set up those rooms so that I can break in. It's like they're replicating. Just imagine tryhackme building something that's like a company. They build something that's like a company, and then they also give you the Kali, the operating system you need to hack into the company. All right, so that is something that will take time to set up, not just time, to take skills. So if you are following on your Kali, it might not be as easy for you. So you can work with track many of the rooms. The rooms that uses SSH, right? We'll use SSH. I'll teach you guys how to SSH into Kali. So you can use your own Kali Linux to also complete the rooms that's on tryhackme. So for now, let's just sign up and let's take the first room. I want us to finish the first room on tryhackme today. But if it's too long, we would leave it. We won't finish it. So, but once we start now, we'll jump in straight to hands-on. Okay, so to sign in, if your Google account is already signed in like mine, yeah.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. I thought you asked us to do the modules yesterday after signing in.
No, I only said sign up. You've already done the module.
Oh, yes.
Amazing.
Sorry.
So you can walk us through now.
My network is a bit scary because I can't even see your screen.
Are you sure it's network?
No. I've done my own. I've done it actually. I mean, it was the room that stopped me actually.
Okay, that's
I
good.
finished the first. I finished the second. I think I'm in the third right now.
That's amazing. That's good. All right. Okay. Yeah. I
will share screenshots with you on your this thing.
All right. So
it's
moving on.
Right now.
If your account is signed in like mine is here now, your Google account, you can just click continue as.
Yes. That's how I sign in.
So that it becomes very easy for you. Okay. So now they're asking me, do I work in cybersecurity or do I work in a different IT area?
I'm a student.
Okay, so you can easily just put you're a student, all right? Or although anyone you put it doesn't really matter, but just put you're a student in case if you're a student, it's better for you. If you're a student and you want to pay for cybersecurity later on, if you want to pay for cybersecurity later on, you get a discount, right? While I was paying for tryhackme, I was always getting a discount because I use my student account. Okay, so however, you won't need to pay that because it's still expensive. It's 180,000 naira a year. But at the end of this, at the end of our when we want to begin our master class, we will take a vote to know if we should use the paid version of tryhackme, where everybody just has to bring a little token, so it's not heavy on anybody. So let's move on. What's your main goal in cybersecurity? You can pick anyone, whichever is good for you. Okay. Are you familiar with the basics? I don't have the basics. What difference does it make? Yeah, so you can pick. You don't have the basics. How did you hear about tryhackme? However, you heard about it. If it's a teacher, so we can work with this.
Yes.
So you say welcome to tryhackme, and now it's recommended that you start with the pre-security room, where you get to learn the basics.
How is cybersecurity straight?
Okay, yours is cybersecurity 101, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think cybersecurity 101 also begins with the same room, though. What's the first room there? Is it offensive security? Okay, so if you followed me, this is where you should be now. Offensive security intro.
Just the introduction to cybersecurity 101.
Okay, so let me those of you that are following me, just wait on this page, okay? Let me quickly go to where he is. So learning paths. On learning paths, if you click on learning paths, and when you're on track, on learning paths, you see all the different paths that you can use to learn. So this is pre-security, the part we're on just now. This is cybersecurity 101 that he's on right now. Okay, so let me open cybersecurity 101. It begins with the same room as you can see here, offensive security intro. Okay, so let's go back. We'll work with our pre-security part. So I'll click on resume learning. So the first question now is, what is offensive security? That's what they're asking here. And then they go ahead to talk about offensive security. But let's just jump here. Offensive security and defensive security. They say, which of the following options better represents the process where you simulate a hacker's actions to find vulnerabilities in a system? Let me explain the question. They say, which of the following better represents the process where you simulate a hacker's actions to find vulnerabilities in a system? Meaning, if you are working as a cybersecurity analyst now, and your work is to act as if you are the hacker, that's what they mean by simulate a hacker's action. Meaning, you are doing as if you are the hacker, right? You are doing like that so that you can find, they call it find vulnerabilities. You know what it means to be vulnerable now? It's like to be weak.
To weak, yes.
Yes, to be weak. So you're looking for weaknesses in the system. So if you are behaving like the hacker to find weaknesses in the system, would you say that is offensive security, or would you say it's defensive security?
Defensive.
What?
It's offensive now. It's offensive.
Defensive. It's defensive.
No, it's offensive. Offensive.
It's offensive because you're trying to find this thing. You're trying to find loophole. You're attacking to get loophole as the hackers we attack to. It's offensive.
So some people said defensive and some said offensive.
It's defensive.
It's
Okay,
offensive.
so tell us why it's defensive. Umba, tell us why it's defensive. Victor, you said it's defensive. So tell us why you say defensive.
Because you're trying to defend your system or website to know where hackers can come through.
Okay. Who has said defensive? Ijoma, you said defensive. Why do you say defensive?
Because you're coming in like a police now, a cop, to safeguard your system or the company system.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
So you said you are coming to come and find weaknesses in the system. So is that really defending? If you are a police and you were defending, don't you think it would be more like there's somebody trying to break in and then you are trying to defend, you're trying to prevent them from entering? That's when it will be defensive. Because offensive means you are coming as the arm robber to come and break things and find where how can I enter this bank? Or is the window, did they also forget to lock the window? Or is the window is not strong? I can break this window. If I hit hard enough, I can break the window. Right? That's offensive. You are trying to check where you can attack from. Offensive. While defensive is you are looking for how can we defend. So if let's assume an armed robber is coming and I'm the police, then it means I have to think, how would the armed robber want to enter this building? Probably they want to fly the fence, right? Maybe they want to fly fence, so I have to stand on the fence to make sure that they don't fly the fence, or I have to increase the height of the fence, right? That's defensive. So if you are acting like the hacker, which is what the question says here, you are acting like the hacker to find weakness. It means you are not acting as the police, but you are acting as the thief to find weakness, right? So is that offensive or defensive now?
Offensive.
It's offensive.
It's offensive.
Yeah.
Offensive.
Offensive.
Offensive. So the first answer here is offensive security. So I will just go ahead and type it here and press enter or submit. Look at the submit button. Once you press submit, look, it said is the correct answer. Whoop whoop, your answer is correct. So we're done with the first question now. The second question, hacking your first machine. That's the name. So I just clicked on it, and as you can see, my screen split into two halves. So on the left, this is where my questions and answers are, right? And then on the right, an operating system is currently loading. As you can see here, it's loading. This is an operating system that is loading here now. Okay, it's an Ubuntu system. So under this task 2, there's a lot of write-up here that this first place they were trying to explain to us that if I click on this button, start machine, this operating system will start, which it has already started. So let's move on. And now they are telling us about a bank, a fake bank that they've created for us. They've created this fake bank for us here, as you can see. This is an image of the bank, okay? The bank's website. So they're telling us that they want us to go and hack into the bank. All right. Now, when we hack into the bank, we are going to hack in with a tool called GoBuster. They say we're going to look at it. It says we will use a command line application called GoBuster. So the tool we're going to be using to hack into this bank now is called GoBuster. Right? What GoBuster does, GoBuster is a tool that takes a list of potential page names when you are trying to access a website. So what they are saying is that in this website, there are different pages, right? There's the home page, and then there are different other pages. So this tool, what it does is that it guesses what are the possible names of all the other pages that can be on the website. It will just be guessing and guessing. You start from one and be guess just from A to Z. Just guess as many as he can guess. All the words he can guess. And as he's guessing, anyone that is correct, it will give you and say this particular one is correct. So I found this word in the website. There's a page that exists that is named like this. So what we will then do after we found those pages is that we would, from the URL, from the link of the bank, we'll use that. We'll just complete the link and use the link to go to that particular page that we found, that hidden page that we found. Then when we find the page, we'll make a bank transfer from there, as you can see here. So we're looking for the page that has to do with bank transfer. When we see it, we would hack into the bank and then we'll transfer money to our own account. Okay. So once we do that, we'll take questions, then we'll close. Tomorrow we'll take this last part. So mine has loaded up. My operating system here has loaded up. So if you're following me, your own should have also loaded by now. It takes some time for it to load. So mine has loaded. If you're following me, your own also have loaded by now. Okay. So now I want to show you something. Since you can see that it's partitioned in half, I can just shift this so that it will be bigger, right? Or if I don't want to do it that way, I can look at this button here. Once I put my cursor on it, it shows view in full screen. So that's how you go to full screen. So let's view it in full screen instead, so that we don't have to be looking at this half and this other half. Let's just go straight to a full screen and do everything in the full screen. So I've opened it in a full screen already. Let me share the full screen with you guys. So this is it. Oh, the screen did not load completely. It didn't load in full, so I'll just refresh the page. Okay, so it has loaded in full now. As you can see, it has loaded in full now. Okay, so the name of this is our bank. Now this whole interface might look very confusing, but don't be afraid. Be not afraid, for I am with you. All right. So this is a different operating system, and immediately we entered into the operating system. The bank website was already loaded in our browser. Okay, so this is a browser. Let me just minimize it, as you can see here, so that it doesn't look too scary. Let me introduce you to the operating system. So this is the minimize button here. I'll just minimize it. So as you can see now, this is an operating system. This is the home page of the operating system. This is your normal home page, like the way your home page is on your normal Windows, right? This is a text file that is on the home page. This is a link to the bank website. This is a terminal. We'll talk about what a terminal is probably in the next class. This is just a folder that you can open to see other folders in the system. Here you can see now that it's an operating system. It's a full-on system that is here, an Ubuntu system. See desktop. You just click there, like you just wait it in your laptop. Desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, videos. All right. So this is just an operating system. And look at this browser here. Some of you know I've heard of Firefox before. So this is the Firefox browser, right? So I can open it now by just clicking on it. But look at it here as well. They already opened it down for us, so that we don't have to go through the stress. So if I click on this one that they already opened down, the name of our bank is what? Fakebank.thm. Right? Are people following?
Yes, we are following you.
Yes, I'm following.
Okay. So the name of our bank here is
Yes, we will see
fakebank.thm.
you.
Yeah, so since I don't want everything to look scary to you, so let me just close this one that they already opened down for us. I just want to show you that it's a normal bank, like just like you want to go to First Bank website, for instance. Now, so let's assume this is my system. I just want to just go to my browser. Let me open my browser. So this is my browser, my Firefox browser. I've clicked on it to open it. It has opened. This is just my browser, right? I can put it in full screen. And it's saying search with Google or enter address like every other browser. They're saying search the internet, right? So I want to search that website, that the bank's website now. In this case, the name of our bank was fakebank.thm. So let's paste it. I just pasted it, http blah blah fakebank.thm. So I want to go to this, I want to visit this bank's website now. Press enter. Look at it, it has opened up. The same thing. So you can see. So that it doesn't look scary to you. It's very normal. It's just the bank's website, okay? So now we're on the bank's website, and they said what we want to do is that we want to find the hidden pages that's on this bank using a tool called GoBuster, so that we can transfer money from one person's account to another person's, to our own account, right? So we're going to use a tool called GoBuster for that. Now, GoBuster is a tool that works in your terminal. So this is okay. I thought we'll talk about it next, but we'll talk about it now. This is your terminal here. So I will open up my terminal. I just clicked on it, and it has opened up. So what is a terminal?
So a terminal is a CLI. We call it command line interface. So that instead of you to begin to click and drag this, you just type all your command in words, and it will perform exactly the way it will do when you use a file management system. So that's a terminal.
Exactly. So what he just said is this. Let me put it in simple terms. Now you see, you saw the way I came here. I opened my files here, and then from here I can go to documents by clicking, or I can go back. I can just go to downloads by just clicking, right? You see the way I can do all these things here. You can do everything that you are doing there. You can do it in this place they call terminal. The difference is that instead of clicking and drag and drop, which happens here in the terminal, you use text commands. You type instead. So, for instance, here now I'm currently in my desktop. How did I know? I just look at the name. This is the name of the system, Ubuntu at tryhackme.com, meaning the username is of the user that is logged into this Ubuntu system. His username is tryhackme. Okay, this is the system here, Ubuntu. All right, simple enough, right? Should I simple enough?
Yeah, it's direct. Yeah.
Okay, so and it's saying that we're currently in the desktop, which is this place here, desktop, right? Your desktop. So if you are going in from here, this is the desktop folder here. This is the desktop folder. So if I go back to my terminal, it's showing that look, by default, you're already on your desktop. Once you open the terminal, you're on desktop. Okay. So how do I know that of a truth? Anything I can do here, anything I can do in this place here is what I can do here. Let's take note of something. If I open here again, when I open my desktop using this click system, this normal folder system where you just click and click and click and you get things done. On my desktop, when I click on desktop, the three things that is on the desktop is fake bank, this is the link to the website, right? This is the terminal, and this is what a text file called word list.txt means is a text file. Okay, so and the thing here is now here they're saying that we're already on that desktop. So let's list everything that is on the desktop. I just type ls. Ls means list. Okay, in your terminal, ls means list. So I'll press enter, and it's saying that on your desktop you have three files, which are these three files that just came out now. So the first file they say is fakebank.desktop. The second file is mateterminal.desktop, and then the last file is the text file that we saw there. So this one is the fake bank that we saw, right? The terminal that we saw, and lastly, the text file that we saw named word list. Is it clear so far?
Yes, very clear.
Yeah, it's cool.
Should I make progress or should we continue tomorrow?
Let's progress.
I'm not kind of like
Tomorrow, because I'm not definitely seeing your screen. Network
Okay.
is all this why your screen was just blank for me. I'm only
Why
looking.
don't we vote? Let's take a vote.
So it's not too clear from
I
you.
think this lecture is 9 to
All right.
8 to 9. Let's stick to
So what will happen? We'll stop here. Okay, I will drop the videos on YouTube. You can rewatch it on YouTube. Then tomorrow we'll go through and hack our first bank. Okay. For those of you that feel like I should continue and you have been following, you can just attempt to hack it yourself. You could read through. You can read through the instructions that's on the tryhackme page and attempt to do it. Then if you're unable to do it tomorrow, we'll go over it together. But for today, at least we've been able to see what a terminal is. Tomorrow we'll see we'll go over the terminal again so that it's sorry, not tomorrow, next week. We'll go over the terminal again so that it sticks. Right, then we'll go ahead and hack the bank. All right. So we'll call it a day here. Any questions?
Yes, sir. I have a question, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so I was going around trends in cybersecurity. So I discovered that
Yeah.
they said the new trend now is cybersecurity automation. So is there any difference between cybersecurity manual and cybersecurity automation, and how are they related? Yeah, that's my question.
So who told you about cybersecurity manual?
When you say automation, then there should be manual. So in my own instance, I felt the manual means you're using tool, just like this demo is just showing us now. We use the Buster. There's a tool that we're supposed to use there to manually come to write some command on the CLI. Then it will perform, looking for vulnerability in the system. Then the automation, maybe we use a scripting language like Python, JavaScript, whatever, to implement the same thing without going to use a tool to do anything. So that's what I am thinking, though. But I'm just trying to get your own concept about it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you've hacked a particular type of, let's say, a website or an app or a system, and you've done it over and over again, right? Then all the you can more or less create a checklist and say, okay, if I'm going to hack an app of this sort or a website of this sort, these are the things I will always go to and attempt to break first, or these are the things I will attempt to break, right? So you can easily then write a script that will do that for you. But that only happens after you've familiarized yourself over and over with that particular system or network, whatever it is that you are trying to break into. That's when you write scripts. Other than that, basically we use tools. And the tools, most of them, you can still call them automated, because at least for Bob Suite, or parts of it, let's just say parts of it are automated. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any other question?
Okay. You just call one now, Bob Switch. These are automation tools. Then these OWASP top 10 rules for protecting a system. Are we going to cover those in this hour?
OWASP top 10. OWASP top 10 is common vulnerabilities, it's not rules. They're not rules, they're common vulnerabilities. They tell you the top 10 most common vulnerabilities every year.
Yes. So every person with the minimum cyber security skill, even if you're not a core cybersecurity person, let's say you are a developer, but you have security consciousness. You're supposed to know that basic thing. Are we going to cover that in this our training, sir?
Well, it depends on how much time we have now. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. Or if we want to do those, it has to be in the master class. Is that what it means?
If we're unable to cover it in this class and we have another cybersecurity class, we can cover it there, right? Because the master class, the master class is for things that are deeper than that. No, OWASP stuff 10. OWASP stuff 10 is not deep now.
Okay. So how much is the master class going for?
Well, that is not certain now, and like I said, we'll take a vote when it's time.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So, any other question? Okay, no other question. So let's call it a day. It's been nice talking with you guys. Have a good
Sorry, I
evening.
have a question.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm into printed circuit board design. Can I also combine it with
Okay,
cybersecurity?
I saw that your question. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Hardware always goes well with cybersecurity. All right. So that's that. Ugochukwu, you have a question.
No, sorry, it's an error.
All right. So, if you have not already, now is the time for you to go and subscribe to our YouTube page. All right. Just open up YouTube, search B.O.F network, because we'll be teaching you everything to get you to intermediate level for free on the B.O.F platform. So the least you can do is to subscribe to our channel, right? This is it, B.O.F network. So please click subscribe. I'll be dropping the videos. The video, I didn't drop the video yesterday. Yes, I was really busy, but I'm going to drop it now. I've already downloaded the video. I'll drop it now. Then this class is going on right now, I will also drop it immediately after this class. So please click on subscribe, so that you don't miss, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss it when I finally drop the video. Although I will still let you guys know on the group, right? But do well to subscribe, watch the video, and prepare for the next class. In the next class, we're going to be hacking our first bank, right? And good evening, good night. Oh yeah, and a big shout out to all of you for coming out this night to learn, and a big shout out to our founder, Professor Bodilon Omije, for giving us this platform to learn and grow, as well as connect. Don't forget to connect, it's very important. So, good night, everybody. We'll see you in our next class.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Joma.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, Andy.
Good night.
Yeah,
Good night,
good
sir.
night, adult. Good night to that little child that is saying good night. Good night to Gaga. You're welcome. My namesake.
Hello? Andy?